of Escapers, Caroline, and I'm here with Tupton, which has Comerford, and we've got Arthur Brock. And by the way, Tupton, where are you from?
So, like I live in Denver.
Okay, Tupton lives in Denver. Where are you from?
I live in Denver, Lakewood, actually.
Denver. Okay, so we've got two Denver guys that are avid Twitterers. They absolutely love Twitter. They're on it all the time. And actually, Arthur, from my understanding, is the god of Twitter. I'm not quite sure what that means.
Are you the god of Twitter?
Apparently just recently appointed, yes.
I didn't appoint him that, actually Tupton did. So we're trying to dig into Twitter a little bit and really understand what the cool parts of Twitter are and why people love it so much. So Tupton, why don't you just tell me a little bit about like how it works, like the brain?
Well, my experience of it, I'm following thousands of people. Is I get to see what people are doing and the flow of it, and it feels kind of like how my mind works, which is kind of jumping from topic to topic. And it's just cool to have all these different things happening. And every once in a while, a really cool link will show up, and I'll go take a look at that website and some piece of news that I never would have been exposed to, or product or service or cool concept that's being developed. And I don't read the newspaper, I don't watch television, so this is kind of like it's like the heartbeat of my community. Like I've got my fingers on the pulse of all these people, and I get to see what's interesting them, and then I get to choose whether it interests me, and if I like it, then I can what's called retweet. I can send that out to my community, which may not have gotten that link before. And so it's really it's instant viral spreading of cool ideas.
That's really neat. So it's really like being in the thick of buzz of like real conversation. So tell me a little bit about your shoes.
Oh, my
Because you
shoes.
discovered these, and what's kind of...
These are cool shoes, Chungchi shoes, and they've got they're kind of like earth shoes from the 70s, where you're back on your heels. It's very good for your arches, very good for your posture, and they're...
But you did find the shoes on Twitter. You found the shoes somewhere else, but you've been Twittering.
I've been Twittering about my shoes. I also blog about my shoes. Very cool shoes.
That's great. So Arthur, you're the king of Twitter, and what does that mean? What does that mean to you, Tupton, that Arthur's the king of Twitter? How did you get appointed to king of Twitter?
Well, realistically, I'm not the king of Twitter, but I walked up to Tube10 and said, hey, I saw you were up late working on a presentation with Tyler last night from Twitter. And so he appointed me with that title. But I use Twitter very differently than Tube10. I don't want to follow 1,000 people. I can't really keep track with that volume of information. So I only follow about, 35, 45 people, somewhere that's actually like a community of close friends. And because of things like retweeting, I still, from that small group of people, get a lot of valuable news that comes my way. And for me, I've been traveling over the past few months, and I used Twitter to give updates about my travels, and which is actually really feasible for me because I always have the intention to blog or to write more, and being limited to 140 characters works to actually do something, as opposed to you can't really struggle with it very long. You just jam it in there and send it off. And I have Twitter actually updating my Facebook status and my MySpace page and my blog and a number of other things so that I can just send one message and it goes out to my whole network.
That's great. So you mentioned something about seeing Tupton, staying up late, so you feel like you can stay in touch with people you care about better using Twitter. Is that part of what it is for you?
I'm just really touched that I'm one of the 45 people he's following. That's amazing. I had no idea it's such a high place in Arthur's life.
I know, and Arthur's the king of Twitter, according to Tupton. So does Twitter do anything for you guys in your business, or is it just like a personal thing that's a fun thing to do?
Well, for me, a lot of the people in my community are on Twitter are actually collaborators in my business or in my domain of business. And so I actually get to see the kinds of things that they are doing, and they get to see what I'm doing, and it kind of It keeps me up to date on news in my very strange niche industry of alternative currencies.
So you can really stay in touch with them, and you guys all work together, and you're using Twitter to collaborate. That is cool. How about you two, Tim?
Well, I'm actually in the process of working with Tyler to create automated strategies for using Twitter to build business, to build following, to do marketing, to do sales, and to automate all of it. And it's been exciting to develop these strategies. And part of why I have so many, I'm following so many people is it's one of the strategies that I'm learning about. What happens if I follow 2,000 people, you know? And what impact does that have on me and my life? All of a sudden I've got this flood of information. So it's been fun to experiment and explore and learn, and I know that Twitter is going to be essential to a lot of people's business.
Okay, so my last question, and we're wrapping this up. How much time do you guys spend on Twitter per day?
Personally, I almost never go to Twitter. I rarely go to the website. I have a plugin installed for Firefox, and it's called TwitterFox, and it just pops up the little news items in the bottom of my browser. So when I go to my browser, which I'm on many times a day, I see that there's 6 new news updates or 25 new news updates. And I click on it, and I can see the recent updates, and I can also type in my own updates there. So I read those updates maybe a total of 45 minutes a day.
You've got like 1,000 people.
Well, following and unfollowing and all of that really tedious one at a time kind of clicking thing. I probably spend maybe 4 hours a day.
4 hours a day.
Something like that. Which is nothing like when I was building my LinkedIn network, I was actually spending 10 hours a day. That was my full-time job building my LinkedIn network.
Wow, so you're in the heart of viral and what's
social networking, Twitterverse.
And are you paid to do that? I just have to know.
I pay myself.
We do. So I
Nobody
treat
else.
for example, that was a big,
Very interesting little interview here. So thank you for tuning in, and bye for now.